Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel, The Power of Self-Dialogue. Talking to yourself can improve your mental health. Have you ever talked to yourself? It's a question that might raise a few eyebrows. After all, we live in a society where the idea of conversing with oneself is often met with skepticism or even ridicule. But what if I told you that this self-dialogue, far from being a sign of instability, could be a powerful tool for mental health? Self-dialogue is more than just mumbling to yourself. It's about actively engaging with your thoughts, exploring your feelings, and making sense of your experiences. It's about giving voice to the internal monologue that's constantly running in your head, and in doing so, gaining a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Imagine for a moment that you have a friend who's always with you, always ready to listen, and always ready to offer advice. That friend is you. When you engage in self-dialogue, you're tapping into the wisdom and insights that reside within you and using them to navigate the challenges and complexities of life. What's more, self-dialogue is not just about talking. It's about listening too. It's about being open to your own thoughts and feelings, acknowledging them without judgment, and using them as a springboard for growth and change. It's about creating a safe space within yourself where you can express your fears, doubts, hopes, and dreams, and in the process, cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. But despite these benefits, self-dialogue remains a largely misunderstood and underutilized tool. Many of us are still bound by societal norms that stigmatize the idea of talking to oneself. We're taught to seek advice from others, to share our thoughts and feelings with friends and family, but rarely are we encouraged to turn inward and engage in self-dialogue. But here's the thing. Self-dialogue is not a sign of weakness or instability. On the contrary, it's a testament to our capacity for introspection, self-reflection, and emotional regulation. It's a tool that can help us gain clarity, solve problems, regulate emotions, and boost our self-esteem. So, let's delve into how talking to yourself can boost your mental health. Clarity of thought through self-dialogue. Imagine having a clear train of thought and well-defined life goals. What if I told you that the key to this clarity might be as simple as having a conversation with yourself? Yes, you heard it right. Verbalizing your thoughts can be a powerful tool for organizing and managing your goals. It's like having a brainstorming session with your own mind. The act of speaking out loud forces you to slow down, to articulate your thoughts, and to carefully consider what you're saying. This process helps you to understand your thoughts better, to see them from different angles, and to weed out the ones that don't make sense. Think of it as a rehearsal before a big presentation. You're presenting your thoughts and ideas to yourself, testing them out and refining them. This process can provide you with much-needed direction on how to achieve your goals and aspirations. But it goes even deeper than that. Self-dialogue also aids in self-understanding. When you talk to yourself, you're not just organizing your thoughts, you're also discovering them. You're diving deep into your own psyche, exploring your desires, fears, and aspirations. In this journey of self-discovery, you might be surprised by what you find. You might uncover hidden ambitions or realize that some of your goals aren't truly yours, but rather they're expectations imposed by society or by people around you. This recognition can be incredibly liberating. It's like finding a compass in your hands that's been there all along, pointing you towards your true north. Moreover, self-dialogue can also help you identify patterns and inconsistencies in your behavior. By listening to yourself, you can detect recurring themes or contradictions in your thoughts. This awareness can guide you towards changes that need to be made, enabling you to align your actions with your true desires and values. Thus, self-dialogue can help you move forward in life with clarity and purpose. So the next time you find yourself lost in a sea of thoughts, remember that you have a powerful tool at your disposal. Don't shy away from using it. Have a conversation with yourself. You might be surprised by what you discover. Problem-solving abilities and self-dialogue. Ever wondered how discussing problems with friends often leads to immediate solutions? Well, it's not necessarily because they're wiser. but rather because they're not entangled in the issue and can view it through a more objective lens. They can see the bigger picture, the wood for the trees, so to speak. While we might already have a solution in mind, another person's perspective can offer reassurance and validate our thinking. Now, picture this. What if we could harness this objectivity without the need for another person? What if we could use self-dialogue to achieve the same clarity and reassurance that a friend's perspective provides? Well, the good news is, we can. Talking to oneself, engaging in self-dialogue can have a comparable effect. It can help to reinforce self-conviction and approach problems with greater clarity. When we articulate our concerns to ourselves, we're able to step back and look at the situation from a distance. We're able to detach ourselves from the emotions clouding our judgment and view the problem at hand more objectively. You see, when we talk to ourselves, we're essentially having a conversation with our inner voice, our subconscious. This enables us to tap into a wealth of knowledge and insights that might otherwise remain buried under the noise of everyday life. Imagine you're trying to solve a complex puzzle. By verbalizing your thought process, you're able to organize your ideas more effectively, identify patterns, and pinpoint areas of confusion or uncertainty. You're able to engage in critical thinking, systematically breaking down the problem into manageable chunks. And the beauty of self-dialogue is that it's a tool available to us at all times. We don't need to wait for a friend to be available or for a counselor's appointment. We can engage in self-dialogue whenever and wherever we need it, providing immediate relief and clarity when facing challenges. So the next time you're faced with a problem, don't shy away from talking to yourself. Embrace self-dialogue as a powerful problem-solving tool. Remember, it's not a sign of instability, but a testament to your ability to analyze, reflect, and solve problems independently. Just like a friend's perspective, self-dialogue can offer reassurance and validate our thinking. Emotional regulation. Through self-dialogue, emotions at times can seem overwhelming, right? It's like being in a boat in the middle of a stormy sea, battered by waves of feelings that threaten to capsize us. But here's the good news. Self-dialogue can serve as your anchor, helping you weather the storm and regain control. Think of self-dialogue as a kind of emotional thermostat. It allows you to regulate your feelings, to turn down the heat when things get too intense, or to warm things up when you're feeling numb. This process of emotional regulation through self-dialogue involves acknowledging your emotions, understanding them, and then managing them effectively. To illustrate, let's imagine you're feeling frustrated because you're stuck in traffic. You might start by acknowledging this feeling. I'm really frustrated right now. This simple statement validates your emotion, giving it a name and acknowledging its presence. You're not trying to suppress or ignore it. You're simply stating what you're feeling. Next, try to understand why you're feeling this way. I'm frustrated because I'm stuck in traffic and I'm going to be late. This step involves linking your emotion to a specific situation or event, which can help you to see it in context. It's not that you're a frustrated person. It's just that this particular situation is causing you to feel frustrated. Finally, you can manage your emotion. Even though I'm frustrated, I know that getting upset won't help. I can use this time to listen to a podcast or plan my day instead. This involves actively choosing how to respond to your emotion, rather than letting it dictate your actions. By engaging in this kind of self-dialogue, you can navigate your emotional landscape with greater skill and confidence. Instead of being overwhelmed by your emotions, you can learn to understand them, manage them, and ultimately use them to your advantage. Self-dialogue is also therapeutic. It's a way of processing your emotions, of giving them a voice and an outlet. It's a form of self-care, a way of looking after your emotional well-being. By talking to yourself, you can gain control over your emotions and thoughts. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of an emotional storm, remember, self-dialogue can be your anchor. It can help you to stay grounded, to weather the storm, and to emerge stronger on the other side. Boosting self-esteem with self-dialogue. You've seen athletes talking to themselves before a big game, haven't you? They're not just hyping themselves up, they're using self-dialogue to boost their self-esteem and get into the right mindset. And you can do it too. Self-esteem, that sense of worth or value we place on ourselves, can be bolstered through the power of self-dialogue. Now you might ask, how does talking to myself improve how I perceive myself? Well, let's delve into that. When we engage in positive self-talk, we're essentially affirming our abilities, acknowledging our strengths, and cheering ourselves on. It's like being our own best supporter, and who knows us better than we do? So, when we say things to ourselves like, I can do this, or I've got this, we're not just sending positive vibes into the universe, we're telling our subconscious mind that we believe in ourselves. This positive reinforcement helps counteract the negative thoughts that can sometimes creep in, the ones that say, I can't, or I'm not good enough. By consciously choosing to engage in positive self-dialogue, we're actively combating these negative thought patterns. This in turn can help to boost our self-esteem and create a more positive self-image. And remember, it's not just about countering the negatives, it's also about celebrating the positives. When you accomplish a goal or make progress, don't forget to acknowledge it. Tell yourself, I did well, or I'm proud of myself. These affirmations reinforce your belief in your own abilities and worth. The beauty of self-dialogue is that it's a tool you always carry with you. You can use it anytime, anywhere, to remind yourself of your worth, your abilities, and your potential. The more you practice it, the more natural it will become, and the more your self-esteem will grow. So the next time you're facing a challenge or feeling a bit low, remember to tap into the power of self-dialogue. Cheer yourself on, affirm your worth, and watch as your self-esteem soars. In conclusion, talking to yourself isn't absurd or unusual. It's a powerful tool for mental health. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.